Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is October 23rd, 2018, and now the News at Noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a Noon Oct man with a history of domestic violence has been convicted of assault and sentenced to more than 12 years in federal prison. On October 9th, U.S. District Court Judge Robert E. Blackburn sentenced Brian Ace Ponzo, age 36, to serve 10 years and 9 months for assault with a dangerous weapon, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office and Bureau of Indian Affairs. An additional 24 months was added to the sentence for witness tampering. According to court records, Ponzo has an extensive state and tribal criminal history, including numerous assaults and domestic violence-related offenses. On October 6, 2017, he was indicted by a federal grand jury for a 2016 assault and pleaded guilty on the same day. According to the stipulated facts contained in the plea agreement, Ponzo and his wife resided on the Mountain Ute Reservation and are both tribal members. On November 2, 2016, they had an argument after Ponzo looked through her Facebook page and questioned her about male friends. According to court documents, Ponzo then sexually assaulted his wife and she hit her head on the floor when he pulled her off the bed. He then threatened her with brass knuckles. Law enforcement officers accompanied the wife to a hospital in Utah that afternoon, where her injuries were diagnosed and documented. During the case, Ponzo had a no-contact order prohibiting him from contacting the victim directly or indirectly. While in pretrial custody at La Plata County Detention Facility, Ponzo dialed his wife's number at least 1,749 times in an attempt to influence her trial testimony, according to a press release from the Department of Justice. In those recorded calls, Ponzo repeatedly blames his wife and instructed her to fix it. The case was investigated by the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the FBI.
From the Journal, file photo. The U.S. Supreme Court has upheld an Obama-era ban on new uranium mining around Grand Canyon National Park, but the Trump administration could still lift it. The 2012 Northern Arizona mineral withdrawal bans new mining claims on about 1 million acres of public lands surrounding the national park for 20 years. Then Interior Secretary Ken Salazar ordered the moratorium, citing pollution risks to watersheds that drain into the canyon. Uranium mines with valid existing rights before the ban are allowed to continue. The National Mining Association and the American Exploration and Mining Association sued to overturn the mining ban on new claims, but the ban was upheld by the U.S. District Court in Arizona in 2014 and then again by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in 2017. In October, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to review the mining industry's challenge to the 20-year ban, leaving intact the Court of Appeals ruling upholding it. The courts ruled the protected areas followed federal environmental laws and was not too large, as mining companies had argued. The Havasupai Tribe, Grand Canyon Trust, Sierra Club, Center for Biological Diversity, and National Parks Conservation Association defended the ban in court. They feared that without the ban, the Interior Department predicted hundreds of exploration sites could be dug and 26 new mines developed, potentially threatening the Grand Canyon and groundwater. But the ban on uranium mining surrounding the Grand Canyon National Park is still in limbo. The Trump administration could still lift the ban administratively. Uranium has been listed as a critical mineral, so access to it could be enhanced for reasons of national security, and the Department of Commerce is weighing an industry petition for uranium quotas, which could make uranium deposits around the Grand Canyon more difficult to resist.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a dog died in a house fire last Wednesday night at the corner of County Roads 301 and 304 southeast of Durango near Pastorius Reservoir, fire officials said. Fire crews responded to the scene around 9:40 p.m. for reports of flames coming out of the second floor of a two-story home, said Rod Allen, battalion chief with the Durango Fire Protection District. The only person at the home was standing in the driveway when fire crews arrived, Allen said. That individual was taken to Mercy Regional Medical Center with unknown injuries, he said. How the fire started, where it sparked, and how much damage it caused were all under investigation Thursday, Allen said. The house sustained severe damage. 3 engines, 1 ladder truck, 1 medical unit, and 2 tankers controlled the fire within an hour, Allen said. Fire crews from Los Pinos Fire Protection District and Upper Pine Fire River Protection District assisted with extinguishing the blaze.
From the Durango Herald, photos Jerry McBride. Businesses, nonprofits, and government will have to work together to meet the need for housing in Colorado, Governor John Hickenlooper said last Thursday in North Durango. The governor visited Durango to celebrate the groundbreaking of a 36-unit affordable housing project on 32nd Street. The housing project is the second phase of the Lumion apartment complex. Construction of the project will start this fall and is expected to be completed in 2020, said Bob Monroe, a partner with Denver-based Solvera, the developer of the project. The project is one of 3 housing projects in Durango to receive tax credit funding in the last 5 years, said Steve Johnson, Director of Community Development with the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority. Phase 2 of Lumion is unique because it will provide 9 units for permanent supportive housing for those experiencing homelessness and disabilities. Access Health System will provide services to those residents, and the building will have dedicated space for residents to meet with healthcare providers, said Stephanie Allred, Senior Clinical Director of the health system. Residents will be selected to live in the permanent supportive housing based on factors such as how long and how frequently they have been homeless and their health conditions, Allred said. In Durango and across the state, the high cost of housing is putting financial pressure on residents. In January, the city of Durango approved a plan to encourage affordable housing and help meet the city's need for an additional 185 to 260 homes each year. The plan outlines market-friendly housing regulations, prioritizing density, a land bank program. It also sets a goal for the city to have 1,000 affordable housing units by 2040. The Colorado Housing and Finance Authority can approve only about 12 housing projects a year, Johnson said. During Hickenlooper's tenure, CHFI funded 12,800 affordable housing units across the state through tax credits. This fall, Volunteers of America recently received state tax credit funding for senior housing in 3 Springs, he said. Housing Solutions for the Southwest also plans to submit an application for tax credit funding to build about 40 units of permanent supportive housing that would house homeless residents in 2019, said Elizabeth Salkin, executive director of the nonprofit. Councilor Dick White said the demand for housing in Durango is daunting, but projects already under construction will help meet the need. For example, a 200-unit apartment complex is under construction between Walmart and Home Depot.
According to the Durango Herald, for the first time, one of the new immunotherapy drugs has shown promise against breast cancer in a large study that combined it with chemotherapy to treat an aggressive form of the disease. But the benefit for most women was small, raising questions about whether the treatment is worth its high cost and side effects. Results were discussed Saturday at a cancer conference in Munich and published by the New England Journal of Medicine. Drugs called checkpoint inhibitors have transformed treatment of many types of cancer by removing a chemical brake that keeps the immune system from killing tumor cells. Their discovery recently earned scientists a Nobel Prize. Until now, though, they haven't proved valuable against breast cancer. The new study tested one from Roche called Tecentriq plus chemo versus chemo alone in 902 women with advanced triple-negative breast cancer. About 15% of cases are this type. Their growth is not fueled by the hormones estrogen or progesterone, or the gene that Herceptin targets, making them hard to treat. Women in the study who received Tecentriq plus chemo went 2 months longer on average without their cancer worsening compared with those on chemo alone, a modest benefit. The combo did not significantly improve survival in an early look before long-term follow-up is complete. Previous studies found that immunotherapies work best in patients with high levels of protein that the drugs target, and the plan for the breast cancer study called for analyzing how women fared according to that factor if Tecentriq improved survival overall. The drug failed that test, but researchers still looked at protein level results and saw encouraging signs. Women with high levels who received the combo treatment lived roughly 25 months on average versus about 15 months for women given chemo alone. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The National Weather Map shows us Hurricane Willa is a powerful Category 5 storm in the eastern Pacific with maximum sustained winds of 160 miles an hour. While the storm is expected to weaken after landfall, an area of heavy rainfall is expected in south central Texas as the moisture advances midweek. So locally heavy rain and storms are possible for the Four Corners, southwest U.S., and into Texas. Snow is possible in northern New England, and there's a rain and snow mix potential in the Pacific Northwest. Here's our regional outlook. Deep southern winds from the Gulf of Cali to the northern high plains will be efficient for pulling moisture northward today. There appears to be a connection to Tropical Storm Willa through this tropical moisture, though the moisture is likely to be shifted east before it gets this far north. Right now, the current estimate is near 3/4 of an inch of precipitation across our southern valleys this afternoon. By this afternoon, another branch of the subtropical jet will bring an increase in moderately unstable conditions so that some thunderstorms are likely to pop up in some spots, with the possibility that a few storms may produce small hail and gusty winds. Snow levels may come down from the originally forecast 10,000-foot level, but no significant snow accumulations are expected above the timberline. Temperatures remain mild, while farther south temperatures will be hampered due to persistent precipitation. As the trough passes overhead and to the east overnight, drier northwest flow moves in and begins to lessen our chances for precipitation. So our 5-day DCTV forecast shows today scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 11 a.m. this morning. Cloudy with a high near 58 degrees, south winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, and the chance remains at 60%. Tonight, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before midnight. Cloudy with a low around 42. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming light and variable after midnight. And then Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 60. North-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 37. North winds 5 to 10. And looking nice and headed into the end of the week and the weekend, with Thursday being sunny with a high near 59. North-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 36. Friday, sunny again with a high near 60. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 37. Saturday, sunny again with a high near 62. Saturday night, clear with a low around 39. And Sunday, sunny with a high near 63. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 39. And here's a photo of the LaSalle Mountains covered in snow, looking for a great snowpack to bring us out of the drought. No one is complaining about the rains and snow. Thank you, Linda C. If you have a photo of how the weather looks in your neighborhood, send it in to us at dcbnnews@gmail.com or post it in the Facebook group Dove Creek Local Weather Photos online, and we'll share it here on our weather segment as well. And now, back to the news.
According to the Cortez Journal, as Colorado's marijuana industry continues to grow, per capita recreational sales in Montezuma County in the first 8 months of 2018 were nearly double the per capita sales in neighboring La Plata County. From January through August, dispensaries in Montezuma County, population 26,000 according to the recent census estimates, sold $15.1 million in recreational marijuana, amounting to $580 per person. Dispensaries in La Plata County with a population of 56,000 sold $16.3 million in recreational marijuana during the same time period, totaling $293 per person. As far as our sales being more, I think it's because we're where we're located in the Four Corners area, Cortez Police Chief Roy Lane said. The new sales numbers come from a trio of reports recently released by the Colorado Department of Revenue, or DOR, a Marijuana Enforcement Division mid-year update, a monthly marijuana revenue report, and an average market rate report all show the marijuana industry in Colorado is maturing. The cost of marijuana bud and trim has fallen dramatically since legalization in 2014. Marijuana sales have exceeded $1 billion so far this year, and Colorado has hauled in more than $200 million in revenue this year, according to the state agency. We're continuing to see steady growth in sales tax revenue for the state, Lawrence Pacheco, Director of Communications for the DOR, told the Journal. But by nearly every metric, marijuana is on the rise. In the first 6 months of 2018, local jurisdictions issued 183 new marijuana business licenses. Sales of marijuana concentrate products increased by 95% in the first half of 2018 compared to the first 6 months of 2017. Tax revenue has increased by 10.3% over the past year, according to the DOR.
Colorado school district to arm teachers. That's from the Journal and AP. A school district outside of Colorado Springs will allow teachers and other employees to carry concealed handguns on campus. The Gazette reports the Peyton 23JT Board of Education voted last week to designate teachers and other staff as security guards following training. Superintendent Tim Kistler says school personnel won't carry guns on campus until the board approves specific plans. Before arming teachers, the district is forming committees to develop a wide-ranging security program. Kistler says the district could possibly have staff trained by the fourth quarter of the school year. The district plans to apply for a state grant to fund the training. The public school district is the second in El Paso County to allow guns. Hanover School District 28 approved arming trained personnel in December of 2016.
According to the Durango Herald, a new research center focused on ocular conditions in Durango will offer hope to patients suffering from otherwise incurable disorders. Southwest Retina Consultants added 800 square feet to its clinic in the Horse Gulch Health Campus on East 8th Avenue for its new Southwest Retina Research Center. The first research trial will start at the end of the month, said Dr. Moss Fenberg, an owner of the clinic. Fenberg opened Southwest Retina in 2014 to provide medical and surgical care for all ages, serving primarily older patients. The new research center will give patients from across the region access to medications and devices that would otherwise be unavailable, said Dr. Sarah Hogg, a clinic owner. The clinic's first 4 trials will focus on treating those with macular degeneration and conditions related to diabetes. No effective treatment for dry macular degeneration is available, and a trial focused on that condition is already drawing interested patients. Normally, clinical trials take place in big cities. However, companies that sponsor the trials, such as Genentech, are interested in Southwest Retina because it serves a large geographical area where there are no other clinics offering similar services, Fenberg said. Patients will drive 4 hours to the clinic for care from Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Southwest Colorado. Fenberg was the first retinal specialist to serve patients in Durango starting in 2011, and it has been part of his plan for a long time to offer clinical trials.
From the Durango Herald file photo, Republicans in Colorado on Monday pulled slightly ahead of Democrats as ballots returned climbed a week into early voting, according to data compiled by the political scientist who runs the United States Elections Project. With just over 2 weeks until ballots are due on November 6th, nearly 115,000 have been received and processed by Colorado election officials, reported Michael McDonald, an associate professor at the University of Florida, who is tracking early voting statistics across the country. As of Monday, officials reported receiving 114,743 ballots, including ballots returned in the mail, deposited at 24-hour drop-off locations, and cast in person at county clerks' offices. Of those, 36% were cast by Republicans, while 35% were cast by Democrats, and 28% came from unaffiliated voters. Colorado's 3.3 million active registered voters started receiving mail ballots last week, but the state's roughly 26,000 registered military and overseas voters began getting their ballots in mid-September. Voters have been able to cast ballots at clerks' offices since September 22nd. On Monday, election officials opened vote centers in every county, which will be open through Election Day. Secretary of State Wayne Williams announced Monday on Twitter that his office plans to start releasing ballot return numbers on Tuesday. According to a report posted last week by Colorado Politics and figures compiled by the United States Election Project, ballots cast by registered Democrats outnumbered those cast by registered Republicans in Colorado through Saturday, but the GOP took the lead in Monday's totals. NBC News reported Monday that Republicans were voting early in higher numbers than Democrats in 7 of 8 key states, not including Colorado, possibly hampering Democrats' hopes for a, quote, blue wave in the midterm elections. But election experts point out that Republicans tend to vote early, a pattern exhibited in Colorado's June primary election. It's customary for election officials to warn against reading too much into initial ballot returns reports, since Colorado's 64 counties have different procedures for handling ballots. Colorado residents can register to vote and cast a ballot ballot through Election Day, but need to register by October 29th in order to request a mail ballot. Voters can update their registration, check out sample ballots, determine whether to expect a mail ballot, and find places to vote in person or where to drop off ballots at govotecolorado.com.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of October 15th through the 21st. A local resident reported 2 dogs missing in the county. The dogs were later located at a family member's residence. A vehicle up Fish Creek reportedly hit and killed a calf. The owners of the calf were unknown, and the information was given to the state brand inspector. The vehicle was not in the area. That concludes today's Roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. More Halloween fun all this week. October 27th, it's the first annual Halloween party at the new River Bar and Grill in Dolores. Live music from Anthem from 8 to midnight. Cash prizes for costumes, couples, male, female, and group. Shot and Jello specials. Dirty games. We'll have to come and see what those are. They say they are all decked out with, quote, more details and surprises to come. And then up in Rico, they are calling all gunslingers and saloon girls. The Enterprise Bar is hosting a Wild West Saloon Halloween party this Saturday night, October 27th. Live blues and rock by Billy and the Kids starts at 9 p.m. and cash prizes for Best Dressed Man and Best Dressed Woman go out at 10. Come join the Rico Fun and check their Airbnb out for lodging options to stay the night. And also Saturday, October 27th, it's the 5K Zombie Run in Cortez from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Montezuma Park. Join the community for a screaming good time. Wear your Halloween costume and walk, jog, run, or stroller to the finish line and support the Pinion Project Family Resource Center. There's prizes, fun, and laughter to be had. And all of these happenings are posted on our DC TV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. Email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Please be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area, and of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Duff Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.